Today we're going to continue our discussion on the heart, the inward man, the inner man, the importance of what is inside as a believer, the new heart, the new creation. We've been talking about that recently, focusing on the inward man, being strengthened with might in the inner man, having a meek and quiet spirit, the hidden man of the heart, the inner, which is very, very important to God. Man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart, the inward. And we've been talking about integrity, humility, love, compassion, kindness, gentleness, what flows from your spirit as being more important than focusing on the outer. So that's our discussion. Today we're going to talk about a man or a woman in whose spirit there is no guile, no trickery, no deceit. The importance of having a sincere heart, one that is void of guile, trickery, deceit, and deception. That will be our subject today. So please help me to get the message out. Share the broadcast, especially those that are coming on Facebook. Hit the share button and type in the comments, no guile, or no trickery, or no deceit. Type that in the comments. That will be our focus today. And again, thank you for sharing, commenting, hitting the like button, the heart button. That helps me get the broadcast out to as many people as possible. And let's go to this subject, no guile, no guile. It's found in John chapter 1, verse 47. Jesus meets a young man by the name of Nathaniel, and he says this to him. Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said of him, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit," or no guile. The King James says no guile. So this is a very interesting verse. When Jesus met this young man, Nathanael, he said, there's no guile in you. There's no deceit in you. There's no trickery in you, which means that one of the things that God looks for in our hearts is whether or not there's any trickery, deceit, or guile. We should not have guile, trickery, or deceit in our hearts. There are a lot of people that live with guile, trickery, deceit, deception in their hearts, and that is not pleasing to God. We're talking about the inward man, the inner man, the heart. Man looks on the outward appearance, 1 Samuel 16:7, but God looks upon the heart. And when God searches the heart, he's looking to see whether there's any guile, trickery, or deception in a person's heart. In this verse, Jesus makes a profound statement about Nathanael's character even before any conversation has taken place. Jesus demonstrates his insight into his discernment. He knows Nathanael before formally meeting him, which Nathanael later acknowledges in verse 48. This shows Christ's knowledge and foreshadows the many times he would reveal thoughts, intentions, and hidden truths about people throughout his ministry. He said he was an Israelite indeed. This phrase is loaded with meaning. Jesus is not simply identifying Nathanael as a descendant of Israel or Jacob, but as a true Israelite, one who embodies the heart of what Israel was meant to be: faithful, sincere, and devoted to God. Sincerity. It contrasts to many in Israel who were Israelites by blood, but not by spirit. Now, this is a whole teaching in itself. A true Israelite is not one that is won by blood. It is one that is won by spirit. A true Jew is one that's a Jew in the heart. So all this arguing about who the Jews are and who a true Jew is, it's a spiritual thing. He said, you are a true Israelite, which means there were many in Israel that considered themselves Jews that were not true Jews or true Israelites because they had deceit, deception, and trickery in their hearts. It subtly contrasts Nathanael with Jacob, whose name means supplanter. Jacob, before his name was changed to Israel, was one that had deceit. He was a trickster. He had deceit in his heart. After he wrestled with God that night, something changed in Jacob and he became Israel. In fact, Jacob's life was marked by deceit. Genesis 27. But Nathaniel is praised for having no guile, no deceit in him, in whom there is no deceit, no guile, no trickery. The word for deceit, the Greek word, means trickery, falsehood, or duplicity. Jesus commends Nathaniel for his honesty and integrity. That God looks for integrity. God looks for honesty. God looks for sincerity in the heart. You can, and this again, man looks on the outward appearance. God looks on the heart. The Pharisees outwardly were righteous. They outwardly dressed as if they were holy. But Jesus said inwardly they were full of dead men's bones. They were full of deceit, deception, lying, and trickery. They were hypocrites. And so they were clean on the outside, but unclean on the inside. Have you ever met someone that looks good, looks holy, looks righteous, dresses the part on the outside, but inside they are hypocritical, they are deceptive, they are deceitful, they are full of guile? I'm sure all of us have. Make sure that that is not in your heart. Make sure that you are one that is sincere. You're one that is not a trickster, a deceiver, a liar. Inwardly, no guile. This is what Jesus saw when he saw Nathaniel. Jesus is straightforward without it. The man who has no guile is straightforward without hypocrisy and genuinely seeks truth. Nathaniel's earlier skeptical remark, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" in verse 46 wasn't rooted in malice, but in honest inquiry. Jesus appreciates this kind of sincerity. God values sincerity of heart. Nathaniel may have doubted, but his heart was honest, open, and without pretense. In other words, you got you got the real person. He wasn't putting up a fake veneer. When they had told him about Jesus, he said, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" He was honest. He was sincere. And then after Jesus said that to him, he said, you are truly Christ, the Son of God. Honesty, integrity, be sincere, be honest. Have that in your heart. No one wants to be around a deceiver, a liar, a con man, a cunning person, a slick person, the sly, the one that's always playing running game, as we say on the south side of Chicago, a con man, running game, playing the game. You don't want to deal with that. You want to be with people who are sincere. They don't say one thing in your face and behind your back they say something else. They're not backstabbers, backbiters, liars, deceivers. No one wants a person full of guile. And there are people like that. They'll smile in your face, tell you how great you are, and behind your back, they'll talk about you, run you down, but in front of you, they're totally different. That is a person who is not sincere. Jesus sees beyond surface appearances. He knows us deeply and discerns our true character. True discipleship begins with truthfulness about ourselves and our search for God. Would you be that person who is with no guile? That person who is sincere? If someone is wrong, you tell them they're wrong. You rebuke them. You don't hide it. You don't say one thing. You don't flatter. You don't use deceiving words. This is what God looks for. There's a verse in Psalm 119. Let me look this verse up because it's coming to me, and it's a verse that I always love when reading this amazing psalm. We did some decrees from Psalm 119, and it begins. Let me bring it up. Just bear with me here. I should know this. I should have this verse memorized. It says, here it is. Blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. That's not the verse I wanted. Okay, I want the verse that says, blessed is the man in whom spirit there is no guile. let me find that one. I want to give you, some of you can probably find it before me, but and I'm not going to read the comments to try to get it, but I'll bring it up. Here it is right here. Psalms 32:2. Write it down. Psalms 32:2. Blessed is the man in whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. There is no guile, no pretense, no deceit. Some translations say no deceit, no deception. There is no lying, no cunning, no deceitful thoughts, nothing false. They're not false. They're not fake. That's a word we use today. They're not fake. Don't you? I have people say this all the time. I hate fakes. I hate phonies. Don't be fake. Be real with me. No guile. That comes from the inside. That comes, if you like that, if you hate fakes, then hit the like button, hit the heart button, type in no fakes, no fakes, hit the likes and hearts. If you're one of those that can't stand a fake, I know there are many of you out there like that. Hit it. No guile, no deceit, no deception. This is what one says, one no longer lie. They don't lie to themselves. There are the likes. They don't lie to themselves. They're real. They're the real deal. No guile. Okay, that's what God looks for, and it has to be inwardly in the inward parts. So this is something that we need to develop. Sincerity, truthfulness, honesty, integrity, no fakes, no phonies, no hypocrites, no liars, no deceivers, no guile. In your spirit, there's no guile. In your heart, that is the inward man which God delights in.